This is P15-34B, and basically we're going to be working with some trending. So the first requirement is compute the trend analysis for items from 2015 to 17, and we're going to use 2014 here as the base year. So okay, so let's first compute these percentages. So this 661,000 is going to be our base number that we're going to use to compute the trend for these 3 subsequent years. So let's just set it up in Excel. So basically, we're going to use this year as the base year. And so what I did here is I created a formula. Basically, it's going to take whatever is above the cell and divide it by this 661, which is fixed by these dollar signs. So as expected, this number itself is going to be 1. So when I apply the formula like this, we get these percentages. So let's see if we can convert this to a percentage. Okay, so here we have our percentages. It's asking us to round to the nearest percent, so we should be able to just plug these numbers in. And again, 115%, 107%, 97%, and this is already 100. Okay, easy enough. So now we're going to do the same thing with net income. So again, the formula is this number above divided by the base year. This number above divided by the base year. So we have our percentages here. Okay. And then we'll have the number of, or rather the common stockholders' equity. We're just going to trend that. I'm going to take these numbers, copy them down. Okay, so now we're going to move on to compute the rate of return on common equity for 3 years. So first we want to get the formula for rate of return. So basically, rate of return is the net income less preferred dividends divided by the average common stockholders' equity, meaning it would be the beginning of the year, or rather the end of the year, and beginning of the year, the average of that. So we're going to have net income minus preferred dividends divided by average common shareholders' equity. Okay, so now let's put these numbers in. So net income we get, and again this is 2015, so we have net income 33,000, no preferred dividends, and common shareholders' equity is basically the average of this 330,000 and this 298,000. So that is equal to so this is just taking the average of the 2 previous years. And again, just note, we can't compute the 2014 number because we need the 2013 shareholders' equity to figure that out. So that's why we're starting with 2015, because you need the previous year's number for stockholder equity to do this computation. So our number here is 314,000. And so when we do that math, it's equal to 33,000, which is the net income, divided by this. Okay, so we've actually done all of our calculations here. This is 10.5. This is why when you're doing your homework, if you use Excel, you can basically set up a lot of stuff in formulas to make your job easier. You don't have to compute everything one-off. So we're kind of done here. For 2016, we basically, this we'll use and this is revenue, this is net income, this is equity. Okay, so we have these labeled. So basically we did this 2015, 2016 we have our average common shareholders equity in this, and then this ratio is taking our net income divided by the average shareholders equity. So let's fill in the numbers. And lastly, the same thing for 2017. Net income 57,000. Okay, that's it.